Okay, the last topic, human embryo development. Thankfully, we don't have gastrulation this time. Chopped up from the syllabus is, I'm really happy. I guess you are too. Here we just want to deal with when are these structures formed. Okay, first the heart, and it is the first organ of the embryo which is formed. It begins from day 18th or 19th from the day of fertilization, and it begins the formation of the heart. It's fully functional on day 22nd and the 23rd. It begins to pump the blood into the tender blood vessels. It begins to circulate the blood. But the intensity with which it pumps is not strong enough to be heard through a stethoscope at this moment. It takes a while, probably around week 5. It begins to be heard. Okay? Then we move on to limb. The formation of hands and legs begins from 4th week. It takes some time. So the pectoral girdle and the pelvic girdle. Pectoral and the pelvic girdle. Pectoral begins its formation from the 4th week and followed by the pelvic. The pelvic always lags behind by 2 or 3 days. So the pectoral girdle forms first, and it's completed by the 8th week. And we move to digits, the fingers and the toes is formed by the 9th week. Then external genitals formed by the 13th week. Okay. Male and female external genitals are formed by the 13th week. Hair on head. Now it's dependent, it's a little variable. And sometimes we see baby born without any hair on the head. Okay, so, but generally it takes within the 18th to the 28th week, hair on the head appear. And some of the babies also have hair on the body. So that's when those hair begin to appear on the body as well as the head. The separation of the eyelids. When the baby, the embryo or the fetus is being formed, the eyelid is attached. Okay? It's not separated. So the separation of the eyelid, and it's always the upper eyelid only that moves. The lower eyelid does not close. I mean, we don't flap our shutters this way. Only the upper eyelid moves. Okay? So that begins from, within 23rd, 27th week. And the formation of eyelashes also occurs at the same time. The last one, first movement of fetus. It begins from the 5th week itself, somewhere around there. And it begins, the baby begins to, kick. One kick, and the baby is tired. It has to rest. It does not move for a long period of time. And then suddenly, the mother gets excited because of this movement. Okay, that's all.